We had another question, another call. If you would please put that up there for us. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy, go ahead with your question.
Yes, I was wondering if that law only applied to married couples about the grandparent law. Okay, for example, my daughter has 3 kids. The children's father is not in their life. He doesn't pay child support or anything. So would I have a chance of getting those kids?
Well, Kathy, this is in Alabama, and I know Rob doesn't practice in Alabama. I do, but I don't do family law. But my basic understanding, but make sure you confirm this with a family lawyer, Kathy, is that the grandparents' rights are not going to be dependent on whether or not there's a marriage.
At least in Florida, I know they're not. It might open up the situation for that 751 law down here.
Correct.
But I don't know about Alabama.
Right, and that's not going to trump your daughter's rights, obviously, as well. She's going to have the primary rights, but that doesn't mean she's not entitled to go to child support enforcement procedures and things like that. Because just because they're married does not mean that the father or fathers, whichever the situation is, do not have legal responsibility for those children. So please make sure your daughter is seeking proper guidance to make sure that she has, because you have an obligation to financially support those children.
Well, right now, I think it sounded like maybe she was worried about what would happen if something happened to her daughter and we have a father who's gone and not part of the situation. Generally speaking, though, just because you have a child and you're not around doesn't mean you're not legally obligated to it. But that could be a situation where maybe you end up in dependency court or something of that nature, and that's a whole other ballgame.
Right. I understand. Well, Kathy, make sure and reach out and get those questions answered by a family lawyer in Alabama. And if you need some help with that, please call our office and we'll make sure and give you a recommendation for that.